Hello guys, welcome to Nandi and welcome to the session of Nandi Explained, and I hope all of you are doing well and safe. So today we are going to discuss about one of the most important topics and one of the most relevant topics for the UPSC and other state service examinations, that is new IT rules 2021 or the information technology guidelines for intermediaries and digital media ethics code rules 2021. So as part of it, we will discuss the timing of the new rules and what is the need for the new IT rules. Number three, institutional demand for the new IT rules and what are the new IT rules and guidelines for social media platforms, digital media and over the top, that is OTT, which consists of Netflix, AHA, Amazon Prime, etc. So here social media, which includes Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Telegram, etc. Digital media includes videos, articles, etc. as part of YouTube also. Okay, and finally we will discuss what happens in case of non-compliments by these platforms. Okay, let's begin the session. First, let's try to understand what is the context and timing of the new IT rules. These new IT rules comes at a time when the number of internet users, especially social media users, which includes Facebook, Twitter, Telegram, Instagram, etc., have grown significantly in India. According to the Press Information Bureau, number of users of various social media platforms in India, you can see here WhatsApp 53 crores, almost half of the Indian population now using WhatsApp. Okay, YouTube 44.8, almost 45 crores, Facebook 41 crores, Instagram 21 crores, Twitter 1.75 crores. So if you look at this data, this makes India the world's largest open internet society. So this rise of internet or this proliferation of social media has empowered and enabled the common citizen of India to participate actively in online activities. For example, showing their creativity. You might have seen in TikTok and all how people are showing their creativity in different ways, right? And expressing their and raising questions, okay, and criticizing the government at the same time exercising the fundamental right to free speech and expression, and at the same time getting informed and educating other people regarding various issues. And during the COVID-19, especially the use of social media has rised exponentially, right? So this is the good side of the social media, but on the other hand, this rise of social media, this proliferation of social media has gave rise to various serious challenges and serious concerns, such as spreading of fake news and sharing of mocked images on hurting women dignity, revenge porn content in social media platforms and internet, for example, publishing images and videos uh, and defaming and disrespectful religious contents and spreading communal hatred. And you know that, right? The reason behind the recent Delhi riots or spreading of communal hatred among the Hindus and Muslims. And you might have seen in other parts of India also how one single message cost the life of so many people, right? And use of, and especially lynchings. In the case of lynchings also, you might have seen in television also how people are lynched just because of one rumor. Okay, and the use of social media by terrorist groups for recruitment and spreading radicalization, for example used by ISI, and financial frauds, incitement of violence, settling of corporate rivalries, and spreading of disharmony, right? And use of abusive language and defamatory and obscene content in various social media platforms and OTT platforms. So these concerns have grown manifold in recent years, and in the absence of I mean, in the absence of grievance redressal mechanism and lack of accountability and transparency, the situation become more worsened because there is no platform available for ordinary users of these platforms where they can raise their complaint and get redressal in a defined timeline. Hence, in this context, the Supreme Court of India in 2018 in Prajawala case, please remember this case by the way, okay, Prajawala case, Supreme Court ordered Government of India to frame necessary guidelines for what? To eliminate the menace of child pornography, rape and gang rape images from internet and other various applications. Okay, even the Rajya Sabha ad hoc committee in 2020 has also laid a report citing the need to regulate social media to stop the spread of pornography and enabling the identification of first originator of such content. Okay, so in this context, Government of India framed new IT rules 2020 for social media and digital media platforms and OTT platforms, okay, which came into implementation on May 26. Let's see them in detailed way. As a result, Government of India has framed new rules for social media which are under the Ministry of MIT, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, and another set of rules for digital news and OTT platforms which are under the Ministry of IB, Information and Broadcasting. First, let's see guidelines for the social media which are under the MIT. Okay, so according to these guidelines, Government of India has classified social media into two categories based on the number of users of social media platforms. So number one, social media intermediaries which have less than 50 lakh registered users in India. Okay, number two, significant social media intermediaries, those having user base greater than 50 lakhs in India. Okay, so what are the guidelines for social media here? They have framed common guidelines for both, at the same time some additional guidelines for the significant social media platforms which are having more than 50 lakhs users, registered users in India. Let's see the common guidelines for the social media platforms. Number one, due diligence to be followed by intermediaries. What does it mean? So here these rules ask the social media intermediaries to follow due diligence. That is, they should follow proper precautionary steps so that their platforms are not used to commit any kind of offense. If the social media intermediaries don't follow due diligence, they will not be given advantage of safe harbor provisions of Information and Technology Act. And number two, grievance redressal mechanism. So this rule mandates that all intermediaries, including the social media intermediaries, shall appoint a grievance officer and share his or her name and contact details on their platforms. This rule further classifies that the grievance officer should acknowledge a complaint within 24 hours and should resolve it within 15 days from its receipt. Number three, dignity of users and their online safety, especially women users. If any individual or any other person on his or her behalf complains about content exposing the private parts of any individual fully or partially, or in sexual act morphed images, that content should be taken down or its access should be disabled within 24 hours of such complaint. So these are the common set of guidelines for both social media intermediaries and significant social media intermediaries. Let's see the additional guidelines for the significant social media intermediaries. Let's see the additional rules which needs to be followed by significant social media intermediaries. Number one, they have to appoint a chief compliance officer who will ensure compliance with the rules and guidelines. Such a person should be a resident of India. And number two, appoint nodal contact person for 24 into 7 coordination with law enforcement agencies. Such person also shall be a resident in India. And number three, they have to appoint a resident grievance officer who will enforce grievance redressal mechanism is properly followed, and such person shall be resident in India. Number four, monthly publishing monthly compliance report, right? So this report containing details of complaints, actions taken, as well as details of contents removed proactively. So all this information must be included in the monthly compliance report. And number five, identification of the first originator of information. So this first originator of the information identification is only required for the purpose of prevention, detention, investigation, prosecution, or punishment of an offense relating to sovereignty and integrity of India, the security of state, friendly relations with foreign states, or public order, or incitement to an offense relating to the above, or in relation with rape, sexually explicit material, or child sexual abuse material punishable with imprisonment for a term of not less than 5 years. So intermediaries shall not be required to disclose the contents of any other message or any other information to the first originator. Okay, so number six, physical contact address in India. So this includes significant social media intermediate shall have a physical contact officer in India. And number seven, voluntary user verification mechanism. Number eight, opportunity to be heard to the users. And number nine, removal of unlawful information. Okay, so these are the major. So among them, these five are very significant guidance for the significant social media platforms. And one of the most controversial provision is this identification of first originator of the information. This is where the Twitter is been saying that this is against disclosing the first originator, name of the first originator is against their ethical code. Okay, will impact them negatively. So this is where they're arguing about it, and most of the social media platforms are reluctant to implement these guideline. Okay, so these are the major ones. Let's see digital media ethics code applicable to OTT platforms and digital media platforms. So here digital media news channels has to follow norms of journalistic conduct of the Press Council of India. And number two, program code under the Cable TV Networks Regulation Act 1994, which was recently amended by Government of India. Okay, and OTT platforms, they have to classify the content on 5 age based categories. Number one, universal, you buy a 7th place, you buy a 13th place, and you buy a 16th place, and adult. Okay, so implement they have to implement a parental locks for content classified as you buy a 13th place and higher. Okay, and reliable age verification process for content classified as adult, and display of content descriptor advisory, and not to show prohibited content. So here you can say I've mentioned detailed way your social media, digital media, and OTT platforms. So one more most important provision of the new IT rules is that provision of 3-level time-bound grievance redressal mechanism. Okay, so the first level is grievance redressal by publisher. Here the publisher has to appoint a grievance redressal officer based in India, and who is responsible for the redressal of grievances received by it. The officer shall take decisions on every grievance received by it within 15 days. Okay, in case the complainant doesn't get satisfied here at the first level, complainant can move to the second level, that is self-regulation bodies. Okay, so there may be one or more self-regulatory bodies of publishers. Such a body shall be headed by retired judge of Supreme Court or High Court, or independent eminent person, and have not more than 6 members. Not more than 6 members. Such a body will have to register with the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. This body will oversee the adherence of the publisher to the code of ethics and address grievances that have not been resolved by the publisher within 15 days. So here the time limit will be 6 months. Okay, even the complaint doesn't get satisfied at the second level, the complaint can move to the third level, that is interdepartmental committee or central government oversight. So this committee is headed by the Secretary of Information and Broadcasting, and also consists of members from various other ministries, also Home Ministry, Women and Child Development Ministry, some other ministries. Okay, so these are the levels of grievance redressal mechanism. So here you can see in the picture also. Okay, so this is one of the most important provision under this new IT rules. And the final and interesting question is that what happens in case of non-compliance? Okay, there two things can happen here. Number one, the social media gains such as FB, Twitter, Instagram, and other WhatsApp, Messenger could face a ban if they do not comply with the new information rules. Okay, they could face a ban. Number two, they also risk of losing their status as intermediaries and may become liable for criminal action if they do not comply with the revised regulations. So these two actions can follow in the case of non-compliance. Number one, they could face a ban. Number two, they're losing their intermediary status and consequent criminal action. Okay.